As I watch the sun dance upon the waves of the ocean, a few things come to mind. I think about how the ocean doesn't create its own light, but simply reflects the light that touches it. I think about how the light echoes through the vast, chaotic waves, creating beauty from the chaos without wasting a single bit of it. I think about how the light makes the ocean glisten, revealing the very details that make each wave unique. And over time, I began to notice these same patterns in my own life. So today, I wanted to share these 3 observations I found insightful in my own personal pursuit to understand what it means to walk in the light as God is in the light. And for those who want the quick and simple answer, honesty. And it all started by me asking God, what does it mean to walk in the light as you're in the light? I received one word, and that one word was honesty. And from that day, I've been learning so many beautiful things, and so I'm going to try to sum it up in a short amount of time in 3 different ways. The first one is something we've already talked about. We're going to talk about it a little deeper, which is honesty. If we want to walk in the light as God's in the light, we must have an honest and transparent heart with God and not hide from God. And it's foolish, really, to hide from God because God already knows. God remembers memories of you as a child that you can't even remember. God is the ultimate record keeper, the Almighty, the one who knows and does not see through a glass darkly, and holds your life in the palm of a hand. And God wants the best for us. To bring what's dark in our lives into the light is a beautiful thing, and it shouldn't feel like bondage. It should feel like liberty. The fact that we serve a God and a creator, the same one who made these mountains that I look at and created every little ant, and there's a spider on the log here, every little detail that there is. God doesn't want you to be a cookie cutter of what the world says is perfect, but wants you to understand your eternal identity so that you can walk in purpose and truth and love here on earth. And to find that eternal identity and to pursue such a light to walk with, to pursue God's presence, it takes being honest and transparent with God. I think that God appreciates our honesty a lot more than he appreciates our performance. Well, I know God actually appreciates that more. And sometimes it might feel uncomfortable and awkward because there's certain things that we don't want to admit to ourselves because it might mean that now we have to change or whatever it is, but don't worry so much about those steps. Just focus on step 1, which is getting real with God, and then allow God to renew your mind to actually want not man's way, but Yahweh. This goes into the second one, which is surrender. Surrender is a beautiful thing. Surrender is what puts you into a state of peace. It's the ability to say, I don't know, but I have faith in the one who does know. I don't know, but that doesn't mean that I can't have faith in the one who does know. There's this verse in 1 Corinthians, it's chapter 13, verse 12. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. For now we know in part, but then we shall know and be known as we are fully known. I think that's the verse, almost word for word. I'm practicing a lot. How'd I do? No. And the key element in that verse is that we see through a glass darkly. We only know in part. And it's through humbling ourselves and putting our pride aside in the presence of God that we will receive the peace of God. Because now our peace isn't dependent on what we can control and what we know, but it's dependent on faith and trust. And now we get to experience the fruits of the Spirit, which are gifts from God. Now we get to experience what patience is like, what renewal is like, what going from being in total bondage to then being liberty is like. We get to experience what faith is like and trust. And isn't that what makes this life so beautiful? Is that there's discovery. You know, like imagine if you knew everything. There would be no curiosity, no discovery. Imagine if you were just made perfect instantly. There would be no reason to think of anything beyond yourself. There'd be no reason. And in that, life would become very boring and probably not very fulfilling because human minds were not designed to be fulfilled by perfection, but to be fulfilled by surrender and to be fulfilled by authenticity rather than performance. The third one is to partake in what fills you with the Spirit. This doesn't mean that you need to look at somebody else's life and go, this is what they do to be a perfect Christian. That's what I'm going to do now. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Get on your hands and knees or get in some prayer. Put your palms up, whatever you got to do. Go stand on a rock, whatever you got to do. And say, God, I don't want my idea of perfection, and I don't want to become my idea of what perfection looks like. I want to become what you design me to be. Who is that? And at least what I've seen in my life is over time, I'm actually seeing my life become very simplified. And I'm starting to just naturally do habits and things that put me in the Spirit. And, you know, God and I have been God's been cleaning up my life. And I'm not really losing anything. I'm just becoming rich in spirit. Because anything that you can get from creation, you can get from Creator, because Creator gave it to creation. And for a long time, I idolized my idea of God. I wanted my idea of God. And I wanted a God that fit my beliefs and my principles and what I thought was right and my truth. But ultimately, that was me black and white in the colors of God and trying to put God in a box. So, yeah. But through authenticity, through surrender, and through giving weight to that which is holy and of God, our minds will become renewed and we will become rooted in the spirit of a peace, of God, a peace that surpasses all understanding. That's what I love about my relationship with Jesus, and that's why I hold on to it so tightly, because it's all I really have. Everything else is going to fade away. Nothing else lasts. Nothing else is consistent. And truly, nothing else sustains me. Nothing else really fulfills me in the way that And the fact that I can imagine a world more beautiful than this one is very proof that, like, why is it how can I even imagine something beyond the temporary? Why? Because my soul was made for eternity. Because we may be in this world, but we're not of this world. We're just passing through, passing by, and it's important that we use this time wisely. You can be just like that bird because Jesus gives us wings. Christ gives us wings that doesn't hold us down to the bondage of this world, but it lifts us above it.
Doing his daily stretches.